You are welcome to our platform Targeted Education for All. Today we are going to be talking about the chemistry course outline. I highly encourage you to subscribe on our platform following the link tefaafrique.com, and you can get to us using the various contacts on your screen. We are located in Cameroon, precisely in Yaoundé at Totamelen, and you can also send us emails using our email address tefaafrique@gmail.com. I am called Ejidepa Wanibelsof. I'm a second year medical student in the Faculty of Medicine and Biomedical Science. I had 23 points 10 papers in the GC O levels, 5 papers 13 points in the GC advanced level. I have a 1-year experience in preparing students for the medical concours and 2-year experience as a chemistry teacher. The structure of our lesson is going to be subdivided into chapters, and each chapter contains main tutorials to help you understand the lesson, PDF notes available on the platform, a series of quizzes available on the platform, a forum in which you can ask your questions and will be answered to you immediately. Our main objectives: course outline for chemistry, major subtopics per topic in chemistry. Our main objectives for you are to learn basic concepts in chemistry and understand the main principles in chemistry. Get to know how chemistry can be applied in our everyday life and understand the basic concepts. Know how to interpret questions related to chemistry. Learn the most efficient methods in solving chemistry questions, especially in the concours. Be confident, patient and focused when answering chemistry questions, especially in calculations in the concours. Our various chapters are going to involve atomic and electronic structure, bonding and intermolecular forces, mole concepts, chemical equilibrium and solubility, aqueous acid and base equilibrium, redox equations, electrolysis and conductivity, rates of reactions, thermochemistry, periodicity, and finally organic chemistry. We are going to begin with our first chapter, atomic and electronic structure. Under atomic and electronic structure, we are going to begin with atomic structure, radioactivity, binding energy, and finally electronic structure. Under chapter 2, we are going to be talking about bonding and intermolecular forces. We'll begin with bonding. Under bonding, we are going to talk about the definition of bonding and the different types of bonding. We'll continue with our second subtopic under bonding and intermolecular forces, which is intermolecular forces. Under intermolecular forces, we are going to be talking about the different types of intermolecular forces and the different shapes of molecules in intermolecular forces. We are going to continue with chapter 3, and we are going to be talking about the mole concept. Under the mole concept, we are going to give the definitions, empirical molecular formula and percentage yield, concentration, dilution, normality concept, chemical equations and reacting mole ratios, concepts of limiting reagents, and finally reactions involving gases and gas laws. We are going to move on to chapter 4, in which we are going to be talking about chemical equilibrium and solubility. Under chemical equilibrium and solubility, we are going to begin with chemical equilibrium. Under chemical equilibrium, we are going to begin with the definitions, the types of equilibria, the Chatelier's principle, factors affecting equilibria, and finally equilibrium constant. We'll continue with our next subtopic, solubility. Under solubility, we are going to have solubility product, common ion effect, predicting precipitation. We are going to move on to chapter 5. In chapter 5, we are going to be talking about aqueous and acid-base equilibrium. Under aqueous and acid-base equilibrium, we are going to talk about the definitions and properties, Arrhenius theory, Bronsted-Lowry theory, Lewis acid and bases, polyprotic acid and bases. We are going to continue with dissociation of acid base and indicators, buffers. Under buffers, we are going to talk about ionic strength of a buffer and Swiss buffer. We are going to continue with salt hydrolysis. We move on to chapter 6. In chapter 6, we are going to be talking about conductivity, electrolysis, and redox equations. We are going to begin with conductivity. Under conductivity, we are going to have the definitions, molar conductivity, and we are going to talk about electrolysis. Under electrolysis, we are going to have the definitions, concepts, calculations, and finally, we are going to talk about redox equations. Under redox equations, we are going to have the definitions, oxidation, reduction, balancing redox reactions, and finally, electrochemical cells and series, and cell diagrams. Under chapter 7, we are going to have a very interesting topic, rates of reaction. Under rates of reactions, we are going to have the definitions, methods of measuring reaction rates, factors that affect reaction rates, rate equations, types of reactions, theories of reaction rates. We are going to move on to chapter 8, which is going to be talking about thermochemistry, that is enthalpy changes. Under that, we are going to have definitions, heat of formation, heat of combustion, heat of solution, heat of neutralization, calorimetry, heat of fusion, heat of vaporization, entropy change. Under chapter 9, we are going to be talking about periodicity. Under periodicity, we are going to have periodicity of physical properties, periodicity of chemical properties, SPDF blocks of the periodic table, periodic trends, and finally ionization energy. We are going to move on to our final chapter, chapter 10, organic chemistry. Under organic chemistry, we are going to begin with the introduction. Under the introduction, we are going to be talking about the uniqueness of carbon, the hybrid orbitals and bond types, functional group, isomerism. We are going to continue with the subtopic under organic chemistry, alkenes, alkynes, alkanes, aromatic hydrocarbons, halogenoalkanes, alcohols, phenols, ethers, carbonyls, aldehydes and ketones, carboxylic acids, esters, amines, nitriles, and finally amino acids. Thanks for your keen attention, and I hope you subscribe on our platform through the link tefaafrique.com. You can contact us using those numbers on your screen. We are situated in Cameroon, precisely in Yaoundé at Itamelen.